Hello everyone, this has been The Bold, and you are you, and I hope you're enjoying your day, and I'm glad you've decided to come join me on not my very tall Sicily campaign. That's a whole different campaign than I have done. You should definitely check it out if you haven't yet. I tried not to expand outside of the island of Sicily. I just took a bunch of feudatories and tributaries, and eventually at the very end, within the last year of the game, I did, just to show my dominance over Carthage, take this entire province as well, including the city of Carthage itself. But no, that is a story for another time or for another playthrough. Again, check it out if you haven't yet. But this is our Icenia Rises campaign. Now, we are no longer the Iceni, we have become the Albion, and, well, we rose, we fell, and we are trying to rise once more. We were the Iceni tribe, we expanded all the way from Scotland to Ukraine, and then we suffered a huge revolt. At one point, the revolt controlled all of the mainland, as well as much of the British Isles themselves, including all of Ireland and all of Scotland. Not to be dismayed, however, even though we were vastly outnumbered, we have fought back. We have used our defensive terrain, the greatest wall in all of history, the English Channel, or as I'm calling it, the Iceni Channel. The greatest wall in all of history, the Iceni Channel, has kept us safe. We were able to retake Caledonia, and then we launched a very Normandy Operation Overlord-esque type of invasion where we captured this little peninsula and then have slowly just expanded from there. It has been a hard-fought, and indeed, we are a long way from victory. As you can tell, we have lost over 300,000 men. They have lost almost 500,000 men, though. At one point, they had built up a fleet of about 60 ships and were starting to challenge us for naval domination of the Iceni Channel. However, thankfully, our navy which has been the real MVP, was able to, well, keep us from being invaded. Now, we are pushing them farther eastward, and we are continuing to win siege after siege. Now, I'm tempted just to hire every mercenary that comes my way, that I come across, because, well, I have plenty of cash. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hire these two mercenaries as well. I'm doing this because, well, it helps to have overwhelming odds, but also it just means that they can't hire these mercenaries, and let's be honest, most of this fight is going to be about reclaiming land, and it's easier if I can spread out with more armies to do so. So I'm going to take those two 16,000 mercenary stacks and just use them to keep helping me take territory. I have plenty of money, not necessarily worried. I have plenty of manpower as well. It's not like I'm hurting for manpower. I just also don't want them to hire them, because they do certainly have enough money to do that. They have 11,000 bucks. That's unfortunate. We are defeated. Where are we defeated? Let's go to that. Oh, was I not watching? Did we take a loss on the fort? That is a shame. That's alright. Next man up. Next army up. We'll move right in. Where are you retreating to? Oh, not so far. Now, I know that I'm just, at this point, just kind of rapidly... Oh, did I miss one? Well, you know what? That's fine. I know at this point I'm just kind of rapidly moving across their territory, although we should not underestimate their armies. Their armies are vast. Still, they have lots of men, lots of money left. I mean, just take a look. They have 143 cohorts ready to do battle. A good chunk of them are up here in Germania. If we can defeat them there, we're in good shape. Looks like they have some kind of deal, a military access treaty here. That's annoying, that they're just simply going to be able to walk around us. I guess that means we will have to give chase. Let's move these 16,000 troops backwards a little bit. We are defeated once. Oh, gosh. Alright, so I just need to watch out a little bit. It's alright, we have another army. Next man up, I guess. Ooh, and would you look at this? This will be helpful. Let's go ahead and actually take them on. The game is giving us decent-ish odds. They are the defender. Although we're in the plain, so that doesn't help too bad. Oh, don't lose. Alright, perfect. And we get the tactics advantage. Alright, so that is going to be very helpful, especially after the fact that that army had pushed back 2 of our glorious armies. And indeed, we did win. We took a lot of casualties doing it, though. You know what? I thought about trying to siege this fort, but in hindsight, I don't think that's a smart idea. Let's just force them to retreat. These 16,000 men I'm a little worried about. Or these 18,000 men I'm a little worried about. Although I think we can smash them from both sides. There we go. Let's get this army out of here. We are going to... Oh no, we're going to lose this. Don't lose! Oh, leading from the front. What happened? Our troops flee in abject terror before the might of our foes. Oh, no. Dare we let him... Alright, so believes that they may have a better chance to escape. Alright. It is the right thing to do. He'll gain some popularity. He might die. He did it. We unfortunately lost. We will win this fight, though. Alright. Perfect. So we lost some mercenaries. We ended up being victorious in the end. They're going to have to retreat away. We're in decent shape still. We're in decent shape still. Let's just keep an eye on that marauding army from central Germania. And let's, of course, keep pushing in the west. It's very important to not let the pressure up. I think, though, I'm going to go ahead and move this army away. Let's move it up here. I'll tell you what, this has been a fun war. I've enjoyed it a lot. I have certainly enjoyed it a lot. I'm enjoying this version of the game. Now, this is the Cicero version of the game. I get it. The Icenia update has probably released at this point. I'm recording this before the Icenia update released, but I may not have actually put it out on YouTube yet. And if so, forgive me. I hope you're still enjoying it, even though it's a slightly older version of the game. But it is a fun war nonetheless, and I'm having a ton of fun. So I'm going to keep recording, keep playing. And I can't wait for, I guess it's just 2 days from now, from the time of recording, when the Livy update goes live. Now, we do only have about 20-something years left in this fight. Let's go ahead and move all of these soldiers in. Looks like they are going to try to defend their passages. I agree with them on this. It's a smart move. Defend your choke points. Especially this one. Unfortunately, a lot of these I'm just not catching in time. Go ahead and bring you back. Since the armies in Germania are giving me more trouble than they're worth, I'm going to go ahead and keep bringing... Oh, we are victorious over here. Good. Bring you there. Bring you there. Bring you... There. I do think we're going to lose this. Yeah, we're just not going to get there in time. But they lost another 5,000 troops. And again, we can take the losses. They really can't. I think they're going to take more or less losses than us again. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. We are going to win the fight, which is important. We are victorious. Took relatively even losses, but again, I'm okay with that. This war has certainly been hard fought. You can't tell me that my soldiers don't deserve some victory. Let's go ahead and get these 21,000 men away from that stack. That stack scares me. If they wanted to come and attack us in the forest, that would be fine. We have a granary fire. I'm going to go ahead and just lose the money. That's fine. I do have some disloyal people. You're never going to be loyal to me. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to charge. I am going to go ahead and build a fortification here. I do think it helps to build fortresses every once in a while. Especially when I'm reconquering a bunch of territory. And know that they would want nothing more than to be able to push me back. At this point, though, I'm just not sure that's going to happen. Just going to zoom in out to keep a closer eye on everything. I know that they have armies still. They have quite a few armies, actually. Ooh, interesting. We gained some arthritis. It's a shame. They're at war with Macedon now, too. They are at war with everyone. They still have 155 cohorts, but only 17,000 manpower, so they are definitely a little worse for the wear. We have really done a number on them. I think we're going to try to ambush these people in the woods. It looks like that's not going to work, so we're going to go ahead and just move our armies around. An incendiary slave speaks out. I'm going to say that he could be useful. No, I'm going to say, let's have him gain some loyalty. Alright, that'll work. Any cool inventions? No. I guess I should probably hire some people. Yeah, I guess all you work. Of course, I need a bunch of you too. I guess you're a fine governor. So we are going to fight in the woods here. It's all going to matter if our reinforcements can arrive, and indeed they're not going to be able to. But that's okay. They're going to take 6,000 casualties, and now I believe we are going to be able to chase them down. Although that's 18,000 men coming in to play. They have not lost yet, that's for sure. They are still fighting hard, and kudos to them. We, I do believe, are going to take them down here, although those 18,000 men might be able to come in and do some work. We have a lot of archers, though. That's at least beneficial. They just have the horse archers left. They did get the 18,000 men. Okay, and we have someone... Alright, hold on. You. Who are you? Let's see if we can win this fight first. It's much more even now. That scares me a little bit. Who would have thought that the fight for Germania would be so difficult? We didn't realize how many troops they had. What are these 14,000 men just standing there for? Let's move them in. We are, I think, going to win this fight. And in the end, it's actually... Well, it's going to do a number on us. We were the aggressor, though, which explains why we took more casualties than they did. Excuse me while as I get a little bit of water. We did take more casualties than they did, but we did end up winning the fight. And again, yeah, their manpower is toast. Although, check it out, their manpower is only toast because they are building more cohorts. At one point, they had 460 cohorts. Then, At their lowest point, they only had 94, so I bet they're hiring... Well, I bet they just recruited a huge army somewhere. So we will have to keep watching out. Keep a watchful eye on the horizon for large armies. But, alas, I'm just not concerned at this point. I can out-hire them in mercenaries. I have a ton of manpower. There's no real reason for me not to hire these mercenaries. I'll go ahead and do that. Oh good, his army stands down. Crisis averted. That looks like an easy victory where they took a ton of casualties that they probably didn't need to take. And we're going to move in and try to take the last little bit of Germania. It was definitely hard fought. They performed admirably. I'll give them credit for that. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to go back to monthly general loyalty. Just seems to be the best bet right now. Let's keep all of our people happy. And alas, the last major fortress in Germania falls. They have no more armies in Germania. And now they are forced to retreat all the way back to their territory. Let's actually have you go here. These armies, their mission has succeeded in the west, and they can head east now. It took everything we had to conquer this territory, and it looks like we will do everything we can to bring it back. The Roman Civil War has ended. Not really sure what happened there, but good for Rome for being able to sort out their own civil discord. Let's see where they retreat. I would love to be able to just stack wipe these guys. Although I know it doesn't seem like that's possible. They're gonna get black flagged. That's a shame. They can go wherever they want now. Alright, so you please just die for me. Oh, you actually are. Alright, so they've got these troops in Axiburgia. Let's find that. So it's only 19,000 men. That is something I am not worried about at all. And in fact, I could have a bunch of them stand down. I could pay $2,000 to... Or wait, yeah. Reward veterans. Have 4 of them stand down. I'm not worried about that right now. They're not about to cause a civil war. 14,000 men ain't gonna hurt us. Actually, they seem to be willing to help in the war effort, so... And I know that this is how I got stuck in the... this revolt in the first place. I ignored a... Yep, and now they've already disbanded. But yeah, this is how I got stuck in this fight in the first place. I ignored a larger call for peace. Or not call for peace, what am I saying? a point in which a bunch of my characters raise their own armies. I just decided to ignore it, because I thought we could hold them off, and, well, we ended up having to fight in quite the little fight. However, alas, we are showing that in the end I wasn't wrong. We can indeed fight them off. Looks like we're going to fight a huge fight here. If we can get these 25,000 men in, and it does look like we will be able to, this is going to be another loss for the Britannic Revolt. If I were them, I would just give up at this point. Ooh, there has been a murder! We have been informed that someone was found brutally murdered in their home. A travesty, but we are powerless to act, or we can gain some popularity, and the Master of the Guard will lose 20 loyalty. I'm going to go with that one. We are victorious. They lost 3,000 more men than I did. Again, we are continuing to grind them down. We actually lost more men in that fight, but they're going to come in with 11,000 more men against our 70,000. That's going to be an absolute bloodbath. And again, it appears that I just have to conquer down all of this territory. I have so much money, I'm not necessarily against just hiring more mercenaries, just to help me with my carpet sieging. I know that it hurts my military experience, but honestly, that's kind of okay. I don't anticipate me getting too many more military traditions. This game's over in 20 years. Yeah, I'll lose some money to gain some legitimacy every month. That's perfect. I will say weak leaders caused this, and strong leaders seem to have ended this rebellion. Go ahead and get some of those inventions. Yeah, definitely. Let's do export value up by 10%. Perfect. Freeman output, of course. And tribesman output, you know what? Why not? We already have a bunch of tribesmen. Might as well put them to good use. Looks like we're going to take a fight. Ooh, and those are just going to be some measly barbarians. Those barbarian scum, what were they thinking? They're going to march right into an army of very battle-hardened and well-trained Icenian soldiers. And they're not really going to have a chance. This is a fortress that I built a long time ago to keep the barbarians out of my land, and it is going to be a fort that I will take to hold against this horrible revolt that we have found ourselves in. But indeed, it does appear that we are going to be able to hold. We have to be careful. That's 30,000 men there. Let's go ahead and move those two 16 stacks in to help out. That's going to be a huge victory for us. You can tell they're just building a lot of light infantry and archers at this point. I am not sure they have any armor or iron anymore, so they might be really struggling. Oh, come on now. Oh, I could offer those barbarians some of our land, make them a tribal vassal, but I, definitely don't want to do that. It's my land. We're going to pretty much easily win all these fights. At this point, my biggest concern are actually these barbarians. I just don't want them taking all this territory. Says we're going to lose this fight. Let's go ahead and move a bunch of troops in. Make this a little bit fairer of the fight. There's been a notable death. We should be keeping track. The Royal Tutor. Yeah, you make a fine Royal Tutor. That's okay. We have lots of provinces, or regions that need governors. I don't want to hire a governor with a loyalty of 6, though. They are completely done in the south. I think I'm gonna move this army out to the east. We are going to fight these barbarians. Perfect. This army, I guess, needs a general. Don't want to hire you. We are victorious once again. Let's check out their military situation. So, wow, they have really gone on a spending spree. I can't tell if it's mercenaries or raised troops. It's got to be mercenaries, right? But they have 251 cohorts available. So that's actually getting up kind of close to what we have. Let's check out their actual numbers. So, yeah, they've built a whole lot of archers and a whole lot of chariots. But it's nothing compared to what we have. They do have 15 or 10,000 horse archers, which those horse archers are concerning. But yeah, as you can tell, their best years are behind them. The Britannic Revolt tried, but the great and glorious Divicacus II, man, he I'm gonna have him seek treatment for his illness. He has proven to be quite the Emperor. He has absolutely zero sympathy for these barbarians and traitors who tried to rebel against him. There was a stack wipe. That's what I like to see. Another stack wipe. A little worried about, yeah, that we're going to take a loss here. Most likely. We did defeat the barbarians, but we are going to take a loss here. That's going to set us back quite a bit. Here's that some mercenaries just have decided to just take their toys and go home. I'm going to try to trap some of their armies. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to that. We lost twice as many troops as they did. That's a shame. We also got a military restructuring. You know what? I'll take the increased morale. So we got to be careful with these 21,000 men. They are really just for reinforcements. Because I don't want to give them a general. Ooh, I guess I could. I can give them you. You're terrible, but less terrible than some. Alright, finally we have ridded ourselves of these barbarians. That's good. Let's get these men to the front, where they belong. We'll see if I'm able to hold out. Come on, get there. Oh, we are defeated. I'll tell you what, we're taking a lot of losses. We've lost the arthritic trait. That's good. We are taking too many losses. Too many losses indeed. They do have some decent generals, that's for sure. I think these 16,000 men are actually going to be able to get there and help relieve this fight to victory. He gains the conqueror, or she gains the conqueror trait. Is she the one who is just, yeah, absolutely owning up? That was a huge win for us, even though we did actually lose more troops than they did. It allowed us to do a number on this stack, though. Yeah, we're barely going to lose anyone. We lost 1,700, and they lost 6,500. These are some fights, man. These are some absolute fights. And I'll tell you what, this war of attrition has been brutal. I'm gonna go ahead, just because I can, let's go ahead and hit this, install provincial procurators. And let's keep moving forward. Always need to be moving forward. Tell you what, this fight's going to be close, I feel. Now, these 21,000 men are going to get there. Actually, they don't even need to be there. That fight wasn't close at all. We are forcing them to retreat farther east. We want them to keep pushing them eastwards. All of these are huge victories for us. In the meantime, we actually have more troops coming from the west. They just can't replace their losses like we can. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. I mean, considering that just a little while ago, the Britannic Revolt owned all of this territory. All of it. And now, because of wars with us, wars with Carthage, we have taken all of their territory, practically. As we should. And when we get a chance, we will definitely be putting the characters who left our wonderful nation for theirs, we will be putting them to the sword, that's for sure. They know they're fighting for their life. Oops. Go ahead and move this army in. We're in the forest. I think maybe if those 20,000 men can get there, they stand a decent enough chance. Man, these guys are marching super slow, though. We won that siege. That's huge for us. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward. We are unfortunately going to take a loss there. They lost 8,000 men, though. That's pretty good. This is going to be much more questionable, except this time we are the attackers, and our army is actually not even going to get there in time. Unfortunately, we are locked in. Let's see if we can just pour some more men into the grindhouse. Ooh, they hardly took any losses there. We took 14,000. And again, we took 7,500. Alright, there's no point in continuing that. Just bloodbath. There's a little less than 20 years left in the game, so I definitely think I'm going to have enough time to finish this fight. Assuming I am able to string together some victories here, although they've had some pretty good success lately. Just one big victory could do it for us, and this one might be it. They're taking huge losses, just really insane amounts of men losing. They are trying to attack into some pretty heavy forests. We get those forestry. Ooh, although we are actually starting to lose, we do have the tactics advantage. That's good. We really need our men to get there. That's going to help us a ton. We now outnumber them, and we it appears will take them down. Although we'll have to see what the numbers look like afterwards as to who actually kind of reasonably won this fight. But this was huge. 37,000 men. We took out 37,000 men while they took out 20,000 of ours. However, so many of ours are mercenaries compared to theirs. I mean, let's look at how many men they have. They have just 0 manpower. They have a bunch of cohorts, but they have 0 manpower. And it really shows. That's definitely the weakness that they have. In the end, just the number of troops we were able to push this direction were huge for us. We're going to have a very small victory there. That's fine, though. I'll tell you what, when I colonized all this land, I did not expect to have to retake it quite in this way. That's for sure. This has been a fight. It's been a fun fight, though. I've enjoyed every second of this revolt. I'm glad it happened. I admit I didn't necessarily want it to happen. I was not intentionally trying to have, you know, more than half my country revolt against me. But I also didn't necessarily do anything to stop it. I was kind of excited to see what would happen. Now I've seen it. Now I don't necessarily particularly want to see it again, although honestly this has been a ton of fun. If I did not have the English Channel, I would have lost. It's that simple. I only won because I was able to retreat to my island, i.e. the island of Great Britain, and then I was able to retake Caledonia, i.e. Scotland and Ireland. Yeah, and now it seems like their resistance has just crumbled. My troops, and again, I've moved a lot away from kind of the internal politics of this game in these closing episodes. Again, there's less than 20 years left. Mostly because, well, I've been doing so much fighting. Oops. A preeminent Teximologus Turatus. What does this mean? Some say that throughout Albion there is one constant. The deeds and character of Teximagulus precede him from villas of the capital to the shabbiest border town. Teximagulus has risen in great prominence. Alright, well, good. I guess I'll invite him for a banquet. Yeah, he can come to a banquet. I'll throw a party in his honor. It shows you how well the war is going, that I am having parties in Venta. But I'm all for that. Speaking of how well the war is going, let's just take a look at the overview. The Britannic Revolt is in its last legs. I think I will be able to hopefully easily finish out this revolt in the next episode. We will have to see, though, because that is where I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for the day. I'm having a ton of fun putting this one together. I'm having a ton of fun playing it. I hope you're enjoying watching it. If you are, hit me up with that like button, hit me up with that subscribe button, and as they say, I will see you in the next one.